live in Leeds. Is the new album you said.
That's a bit
Noisy.
Yeah.
Noisy. Right, well, we're going to get some questions away. I'm going to ask Louis all sorts of stuff.
Cool.
I've seen you perform at Sunderland Stadium live in front of about 50-odd thousand people. I've also seen you on the bench at Doncaster Rovers.
Very versatile I am, very versatile.
Different things, aren't you? That's for sure.
No.
Is that your mindset, you know, that you're going to do, you know, whatever you fancy really? You can do a bit of this, a bit of that, write some songs, sing some songs, play football, whatever. You know.
I think in my career I've had quite a lot of opportunities to, like, you know, what's that phrase? It's fight or flight, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think I always picked the right option. I'm not gonna lie. When I did make that one appearance for Donny Reserves, honestly, that's probably like top 3 in the most nervous I've been. Sure, it's like you want to come across a good footballer, which I did. I am.
I think they won about 6-0 if I remember, so it obviously did the effect.
Of course.
We're going to talk about your album, it's Walls, which is... I suspect a lot of you have heard it already. It's been 4 years in the making. Tell us about that journey to making that record.
It's been, I've kind of gone through every emotion really on this whole creative process. There's definitely been times where it's been challenging and it's been frustrating, and especially at the start where I was trying to, alright Jordan, you alright mate, doing a Q&A. Yeah, especially at the start, you know, where I was finding my sound and stuff. But I think overall, when I look back, I'm very proud of the album that I've made, and also I feel like I've learned a lot creatively. So yeah, I'm happy for that.
Is it very different writing songs for yourself rather than, you know, writing within a band and performing songs? You know, is it very different being solo?
Yeah, everything's different. Everything feels different. You know, you've got some experience, but it is in a different job really. It is, and especially like from a songwriting point of view. You know, I always say when we're writing for the band, you've got to find a concept that matches everyone. Whereas when you're writing individually, it's kind of all about you. So.
Yeah. Is that easier because it's for you?
It's kind of a bit of both. You know, there's more pressure, and I myself am a bit of a perfectionist. So, you know, because it was just me, I think things took a little bit longer. But you know, that's the way it is.
Did you try on a few styles, you know, to sort of think right? This is what we're doing. It's quite a, no pun intended. It's quite a kind of, it's a departure, isn't it? It's a different music for you.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, you know, with the first couple of songs, I think it was more about me trusting my gut than me trying loads of different sounds. I think when I did those first 2 singles, I did one with Steve Aoki and one with BB Rexha, those 2 songs, I think I was involved with it at the time because I thought that was going to get me on radio, and I think really I had my eye on the wrong goal really.
Right. Yeah.
I'm happy that I've done those songs and I'm happy to learn from them. But kind of moments like that taught me just to follow my heart, really.
That's what you said, because you did make that statement, didn't you, that that's what you were going to do, and it's led you to a very different sound, which is, I can hear a bit of Oasis in there, I can hear quite a bit of Beatles in there, which is very big.
Take that. It became a lot more enjoyable for me, you know, it was a drastic move for me, obviously, from being in one direction then to being out on my own. And there was a lot of days that I was just getting frustrated creatively, so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to start again and rebuild and start with what I love. And luckily, you look like it. So.
You say what you love, you're a bit of an indie kid. There's a lot of guitars in
Yeah, I'm just a fan of like really fucking good, credible pop music. I always say, you know, when I grew up and listened to radio, what was on pop radio, it was on like Radio 1, it was a little bit more eclectic than it is now. You know what I mean? And a little bit less specific, and there was a lot of guitar music on pop mainstream radio. So that's kind of what I grew up with, really.
I believe you used to go to an indie club in Doncaster
on
Friday night.
Do you know it? You do? Right, yeah, it's wicked, that's what it was. 10 quid all you could drink. Imagine that these days. 10 quid all you could fucking drink. Unbelievable.
You won't get much for 10 quid these days.
No.
What were those nights like? I mean, were they formative in terms of, you know, finding your musical style, I suppose?
Definitely, because I realise in hindsight now that I was quite reliant on pop radio for me to bring the music to me. So other than that, there wasn't always loads of music played in my house and stuff. So I really did rely on moments of like, you know, house parties or at this club, prior to this indie bar to, you know, kind of teach me more music and stuff that you wasn't listening to on the radio, but it'd still be played, you know, at the club.
Yeah.
It's a wicked place that. I hope it's still open. Is it not? Is it not? There must be something there. There must be. We'll all go for Dome. If anyone's coming, Donny Dome.
When you write, what comes first? Music or lyrics? How do you write songs?
I normally start, like I'm more of a lyricist myself, so I normally start with like concepts or like a title, and like I might like come up with these just like, you know, random at different points in the day, and then when it comes to the session, I'll then, you know, bring up my concepts and we'll talk about something like that. But I think for this next album, I'm going to look at the idea of writing lyrics first, because I think it's interesting creatively. I think that way you're less limited then. You can kind of interpret it in your own way. So I'm going to have a look at that as well. And I don't really care about this technical shit, but I fucking do.
You've got a great, like, this line always makes me laugh when I hear it. The first line on the album in a song called Kill My Mind. You're a nightmare on the dance floor and you hate me and I want more. What on earth inspired that? Is that a night at the Priory?
That literally just reminds, when you say it there out loud, does remind me of Priory going up.
And Walls, tell us about Walls and the concept of Walls. Obviously that's the album title, there's a song, you know, what's that about? What's your concept of Walls?
That's my favourite song on the album, that's the song I'm probably most proud of. And the song itself, it's about growth, it's about understanding, you know, your limitations and kind of rising above that, really.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, because this is a fan event, we've got some questions from the fans, from you. So, yes, this is quite a good one. How long does it take you to write a song? I mean, is it different every time?
Yeah, it depends. All the best songs that I've ever been a part of in One Direction and now on my own were written in the shortest space of time. So you do find that once you get onto something good and you really build up some momentum, that you know, those kind of songs might have taken, I don't know, anywhere between like 4 and 6 hours. But there's some days where it does drag on, and you're really trying to find that last line or that last moment in the song.
That was from Katie, by the way.
Cheers, love.
This one is from Nicole, if you're out there. How does it feel to return to Donny after all your success?
Amazing. I think I'm most proud and most excited about doing the tour show there. Not the luxury that I had in the band. Sheffield was always our closest show to Thailand. So I'm really excited. I'm really proud. I loved Donny.
That was actually one of the questions. That's one of the other questions. So it saves me asking that one. So I'm getting up on it. Favourite song to work on? Which kind of had your favourite song, but what was the favourite one to actually work on, or are they the same?
I'd say Kill My Mind. I'd say that song was exciting to write, and also once we finished recording it, just listening back to it and being like, okay, this is interesting, this is cool.
Is it a painstaking process, recording? I mean, you know, is there a lot of tweaking, or is it relatively quick?
I think it depends on the individual. I think one thing for me is, you know, I don't ever want to be too meticulous in there. You want to make sure you capture the moment and the emotion instead of being too, like, you know, specific about everything.
Yeah. You hear these stories about Burt Bacharach when he recorded Cilla Black doing I think it was Alfie, the song from Alfie. They did 43 takes. Right. And by the end of it, she was going completely nuts. And he said, "Oh, actually, I think we had it on the second take." So I think there's a lot to be said for that.
Yeah.
This question from Sam. Who's one person you would love to see in concert that you haven't already?
Oasis is a band. So yeah, hopefully one day. Hopefully.
Have you met him?
Well, when we were younger, I did briefly. He's a funny fucker. Yeah.
Well, if you run into him again on the road, you'll have to ask him, you'll have to badger him. Ditto Noel, you know. Was there any song that didn't make the album that you wanted to? This is from Emily.
No, not really. I think there was a couple of songs that were in contention that were seriously considered for the final. But I don't miss them. When I listen back to it, I don't miss them really. So no, not really.
This is a really good question. Somebody's obviously done their research here, delved back into your Twitter account. This is from Tia, who says, in 2010 you tweeted, "God, I want this so bad," and now you've made it. How do you feel?
Yeah. No, honestly, I remember clear as day. I remember tweeting that. I'd only been on Twitter like a month or something like that. And yeah, I think that was when I was at boot camp on the X Factor. So I remember kind of getting that taste for it and being like, this is exciting, this is cool. It makes me immensely proud. You know, it's impossible for me even to comprehend what's happened. But all thanks to you,
Those moments when you, I don't know, maybe you go back somewhere you would have gone, you know, 12 years ago or something before it all started, and does it take you back to who you were then? And do you think, how on earth did all this happen? You know?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of moments like that in my career. I think I'll probably get, you know, a version of that tonight when I'm performing. I'll definitely get a version of that when I get on the tour and I do my first tour show. You know, what I do isn't fucking real life. It's incredible, you know what I mean? And there are many moments to remind me of that. And yeah, it certainly helps when you've got an amazing fan base who are loud everywhere you go and makes you feel fucking good, you know?
Another great question. I hope I pronounce this right. It's from Aisha. Aisha, okay. Saying, I am an aspiring singer but a terrible songwriter. Do you have any tips in becoming more confident in your writing?
Well, there's certainly a lot of singers that don't do no writing, so you might be alright. In terms of the heckling form, I don't know how to say that. Any tips for a songwriter? I would say be honest and try and use your emotions as much as you can. And yeah, once something happens that you feel is poignant and interesting in your life, write about it, because they're the most interesting parts, definitely.
Are all your songs about, you know, autobiography? You don't think, oh, I'm going to put myself in a character like some songwriters do that. They write from. Does it have to come from inside?
It's all I know, really. It's all I did in One Direction, and it's all I do now is like writing from the heart and from my own experiences. There's a couple of times on the album where I've written in a slightly more fictional sense, but most of the time I'm just writing from the heart, definitely.
Do you think that's why it connects? Because people, you know, I mean, for years, you listen to a song and you think, oh, that song sings my life, that song is how I feel, because it's to whoever wrote it. I mean, is that quite an important part of that process and the connection between the artist and the fans?
Well, that's vital. You know, I'm a massive music fan, and they're my favourite moments when an artist makes me feel something, whatever that feeling might be. That's always my intention, you know, to make things as relatable and as real as possible, definitely.
What was your first ever gig as a fan?
That's a bit tight. I'm going to say it's a bit embarrassing, but it's a bit tight to them. But anyway, I've said it now. It was Busted. I was 11 years old. Yeah, I was. No, I was only 11 as well. To be fair, and listen, it was a good gig. Yeah. And after that, it will have been Leeds Fest actually.
Wow.
Yeah, that was 16. So yeah,
been there many times. Get there again this year. Feel free to come down.
The line-up's good this year. Like, very good.
This is from Fanny, who says, this is a good question. What was your first impression when you heard the finished album? So you're sitting back and you hear it, you know, this is it, this is the finished one. What on earth is that one? That must be quite a moment.
Yeah, I didn't really put time aside deliberately. I just had a moment after after we'd finished mastering everything, and I was over in LA and I was just tight to myself for like an hour. And yeah, I just thought, I'm going to listen top to bottom. And I didn't expect to feel what I felt after it. I felt really proud. And as I said, it's taken 4 years, and there's a lot of heart, a lot of soul in that record. So to listen back and to feel proud, I've done my bit. I'm happy.
This is another really good question. This is from Estelle, who says, well, how did you choose which songs were going to be on the album? And then, this always fascinates me, this. How did you decide the order of the tracks? Because that is so important in a record.
So the order, as I said, I've been making sound for like 4 years. So about 2 years ago, about 2.5 years ago, and I still stand by the statement. I came out to the fans and I said, I'm going to try and make it chronological. I want you to be able to feel the story top to bottom. And that was still my intention. But as I was writing more and more songs, it became more difficult. Do you know what I mean? But that helped me with the order when I put the album together, because although it doesn't fit perfectly chronologically, I think there's still this sense of a story there, and you get a start, a middle, and an end.
Yeah. Great. That's what my primary school teacher said to me once when I was doing essays. It's got to have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Great.
Absolutely.
Fantastic
There you go.
advice. This is a good one. This is from Megan. A lot of fans get your lyrics tattooed. But if you had to have one of your own lyrics tattooed on yourself, what would you choose? That's a great question.
Oh, that is hard. Well, I did think I'm going to get the title at some point. I'm going to get Walls tattooed on me, because I went through a stage of having like a tattoo every couple of weeks, and then I've not had any for like years now, so I should probably get one for the album. I've got time in life and that. But a lyric that always stands out to me that I thought was like a big moment for me was that lyric in Habit. Took some time because I ran out of energy. So yeah, I always like that, Will I get it tattooed? I don't know. And anyone who always asks for tattoos, right, I always feel fucking bad, right? Because I got shit handwriting. I got horrible handwriting. So I do apologise for my shit handwriting.
I think we've got time for a couple more. This is an unusual one. Are there any objects or things you like to have around you whilst recording to inspire you? So the Doncaster Rovers kit, I've no idea.
Just trying to think. Sometimes I drink, depends what time it is. No, not really. Just a pair of headphones and a microphone, that'll do me.
You'd be lost without the headphones. And how excited are you about touring? You know, it's going to be a very different.
It's what I feel like it's what I've been working towards for the last 4 years or whatever. I mean, releasing the album's been amazing, but even when I was writing the album, I was conscious of tour and thinking about how all these songs are going to play out live. So to be really, really close to that now, that feels amazing. I'm excited. I'm really excited.
Well, we're going to find out in a few minutes what that's like, because we're going to have the exact process. Is it going to be a big year for you, Louis? Is it going to be? You've got a lot of it left. You're only in February. You're already doing pretty well.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, look, it's been a great start of the year for me. Amazing reaction on the album. Yeah. I'm pretty much touring up until the end of the year. So, yeah, in terms of this year, like, I'm pretty booked up, and it's going to be fucking exciting, definitely. Well, I'd like to. I don't know if I'll be away, but I'd definitely like to, yeah.
Wicked. All right, well, Louis is going to be back in a few minutes, and you're going to hear some songs. Well, we've had some fantastic questions from you lot. We've had some amazing answers from Louis. Now we're going to have some music again. Very special, never to be repeated, not in this room. Make the most of it. Louis Tomlinson.
Alright, this is Don't Let It Break Your Heart.
Do it by yourself. Oh, whatever tears you apart.
Sing it with me, Leeds.
Cause we made it, underestimated, always underrated. Now we're saying goodbye, moving to the hard times. Knew it would be alright like the first time. Maybe on your doorstep, remember how it tasted, looking into your eyes. Baby, you were still high, never cool me down with your hand in mine.
So we'll go on to Too Young. Here's Too Young.
Wish I could have seen it all along. Sorry that I hurt you, darling.
again, I just want to, that's what I do, is fucking thank you lot, because you're incredible. It's been amazing this week, these last 2 weeks. I've been, you know, I've been leading up to this moment for a while. It didn't disappoint me. You guys have been absolutely incredible every step of the way. It makes me feel good about my job, it makes me feel good following my art, doing what I love, so I thank you lot for all of that. If you're going to get bored of me saying thank you, tough shit, here's yours. Sing it with me, Leeds.
Nothing wakes you up like waking up alone. And all that's left of us is a cupboard full of clothes. The day you walked away and took the higher ground was the day that I became the man that I am now. But these high walls came up short. Now I stand tall and all. These high walls never broke my soul. I watch them all come falling down. I watch them all come falling down for you. For you. Nothing makes you hurt. I hurt you love. No amount of words will ever be enough. I looked you in the eyes, saw that I was lost. For every question why, but these high walls came up short. Now I stand tall and all. These high walls never broke my soul. I watch them all come falling down. I watch them all come falling down for you. Falling down for you. So this one is a thank you for what you did for me. Why is it that thank yous are so often bittersweet? I just hope I see you one day. What you say to me? But these high walls came up short. Now I stand tall and them all. These high walls never broke my soul. I watch them all come falling down. I watch them all come falling down for you. Falling down for you. Nothing wakes you up like waking up alone.